Well, should be a short permission today, or you never know. If I start finding good stuff, it could be longer. But we did the house next door before, and now the owner here said it's okay for us to detect here too. House is built in 1915. Found some really good stuff next door, so let's see what we get here. I'll bring you out on the first good find. Well, the first find of the day, I was getting a pull tab signal. It's a Jefferson nickel, so that's a good sign. We'll take it and we'll keep an eye out for more. Now, getting a nickel signal in here. Let's see what we have. It's right here. And it's actually a piece of a pull tab. They sound just like nickels, unfortunately. So the only way to know is to dig it up. Well, I was getting an odd signal here by the sidewalk, and I do believe I just got 2 pence. It's an English 2-penny coin. So I'll clean that up. You'll see it right here. When it's hot and dry out, well, it's actually humid, but it hasn't rained in a long time, and the ground is very, very dusty and dry. I don't want this grass to die, so I fold it back, and then I take some water, I pour it along the crack, and now when I stomp it down, it'll seal better, and that plug won't die. So I don't want to get a reputation of having dead spots on lawns, because that'll dry up my permissions real quick. So a little extra effort, but it goes a long way. Well, the wife of the guy that lives here came out just a minute ago with their son, little guy, and he was fascinated with what I was doing. So I talked to him for a little bit, and then I gave him that 2 pence coin. So you won't see it all cleaned up, but I think I have some at home. It was just a modern 2-penny coin from England, so not a big deal. So, but hey, you know, share the wealth. Well, this is what you don't want to do when you're digging plugs. Have it completely separate from the hole, especially on somebody's nice lawn. But it's hard to avoid that when it's dry out. So I'll give this one extra water, and we'll just try to get it to come back. And now, the second one in 2 weeks, a little butterfly pin. This one's not as nice as the one I found before. The one I found before was really fancy. This is more costume jewelry, but I'll clean it up, you'll see it. Well, all the signals today have been kind of weird. Low ringing pennies, high ringing pennies, and there we go again. It's just a memorial set, but it was ringing really high, like an 88. So it might be the dry soil messing with the signal. Don't know, but we'll keep at it. Well, over here by the driveway, I had like my 5th penny signal in a row. It was a solid penny signal, 70, 71, 72, right around there. But it's not a penny. Unfortunately, it's just a piece of a spoon, but it's a silver spoon. It's got a hallmark on it and everything, made in England. So we'll clean that up. You'll see it right here. I'll poke around and see if I can find the rest of it in the hole. That's awesome. Well, right next to where I found that spoon part, got another penny signal less than a foot away. It's a penny. So, you never know. Now, here's a little lesson. This is probably not going to be good. Here we get a scratchy signal this way. 60s and 70s. We turn this way, we get 90s. So that's going to be I'm thinking it's going to be a piece of aluminum flashing. But this is how you learn. Well, that's really weird. It's a penny. It's just a memorial penny. But just the way it was laying, the mineralized soil, the dry, you get weird signals. Alright, on to the next. Well, I haven't found a whole lot interesting in the front yard. A piece of a spoon and that butterfly pin and a whole bunch of pennies, modern pennies. I just got a key here in the what used to be the driveway. So I don't know whether this was paved at one time and they tore it out, because it looks like fill to me, but it could have been a gravel driveway. If it was a gravel driveway, there could be stuff in here. So we'll detect and see what we find. So where this old driveway used to be, I got a screaming signal. So even though you know they're junk, you got to dig them up. Number one, because you don't know, they might be masking something smaller. So until you dig it up and get it out of the way, you won't know that there's something else there. Plus, after you dig a couple of huge pieces of flashing, you dig up something cool. So I'm going to have to do a little electrolysis and clean it up. It looks like an auto club kind of thing, but hey, we'll clean it up, see what we get. Well, not too deep in this side driveway kind of thing. I don't know whether it's a piece of a keychain or an old piece of jewelry, but I'll clean it up and see what we got. See what I mean? Penny signal. Dig down. That is not a penny. That is another, oh, it's not a spoon. That's a knife. Crocodile Dundee. All right, let me clean it up. You'll see it right here. Well, not quite sure what it is, but it sounded good. It sounded like a nickel. Not sure. Well, we'll look into it. So this little bird keeps coming where I dig, and he's eating the bugs behind me. He's like got no fear. All right, bye, little bird. Well, moving to the backyard, but let's have a little talk about safety. It's real important that you stay safe while you're metal detecting. You know, you want to have fun. You don't want to spend time in the hospital or a doctor's office. So when people think about safety, they always think gloves. And gloves are important, but rule number one for metal detecting, make sure you have your tetanus shot up to date. Tetanus lives in the ground. You get it, well, a lot of people think you get it from rusty metal, and you can, but it lives naturally in the ground, so you can get it from any kind of a cut or a scrape, from a rock, from a stick, from metal, from glass. So it's an awful way to die, so don't die, get your shot. Well, in the yard, this is a first. I found the B-1 bomber. It's a little toy plane. I'll clean it up. You'll see it right here. So after tetanus shots, important safety tip number 2 is, yes, wear gloves. It's so easy to get your hands cut, especially if you're blindly digging around in a hole and you don't know what the target is. So gloves will help. They won't prevent every cut. Some sharp things like knives and razor blades and arrows will go right through a glove. So, but they'll help prevent incidental cuts. So definitely a good thing to have. So safety tip number 2, gloves. Well, I didn't do it, but it's a bent up mercury dime. Hey, it's silver. I'll take it. I hope it's not a good year, because I hate to see that happen to a good year Merc. But we'll clean it. You'll see it right here. But again, yeah, I didn't do it. Well, I was getting a shallow signal. It was ringing up as an Indian head, 68, 69. But sometimes pennies ring like that. Red Lincoln cents. And it's some kind of a token. And I'll have to look it up and see what it is, but it's plain on one side, and on the other side it says GHMC. So I don't know what that stands for, but we'll check it out. So the next important safety tip is, especially on days like this when it's blazing hot outside, it's incredibly hot, it's very humid, it's important to stay hydrated. Plenty of water, plenty of Gatorade, something like that is always good to drink. But even on cold days, you got to stay hydrated. People get dehydrated very easily in the snow and in the cold because they don't think about drinking, and you have to stay hydrated. You also should bring a snack along with you to make sure you keep your energy up, and pace yourself. Take a break now and then, rest in the shade, don't get overheated. So stay safe. Well, so far it's all modern, but I found quite a coin spill here. 3 quarters, a dime, a couple pennies, a nickel. It's all modern, but I'll take it. Oh, and another nickel. Oh, I scraped that one. Good thing it's modern. The next safety tip is to be aware of your surroundings and be safe with insects. I mean, use bug spray if the flies and mosquitoes are bad. Definitely, if you're going to be in tick country, make sure you apply bug screen, especially around your legs, because they climb up on your feet and up your legs. So make sure you treat them really good. If you're going to be out in the sun, which you probably are unless you're out in the middle of the night for some reason, sunscreen is always good. It's hard to wear a hat when you have the earphones on, but a hat would be good too, but sunscreen definitely. Bug spray, sunscreen. A nice dime signal here. Solid all the way around. Let's see what we got. But that Merc was pretty shallow. It fell through, and it's not. It's a modern penny. Yikes! All right, the next safety tip, real simple: first aid kit. Now, I have a real fancy one in the car. It's a big one. It's very comprehensive. Probably more than I need for this, but you could probably get by with some gauze, some band-aids, and some Neosporin, wet wipes in a Ziploc bag. And that'd be fine. So just something quick and easy you can have in a pinch. Well, my second silver of the day at this yard. It's just a Roosevelt, but I'll take it. Well, that's going to do it for today. I'm out of water. It's hot. It's early afternoon, but it's above 90, high humidity. So I'm going to call it quits for the day. I'm retired. I can go whenever I want. So I'll go sometime when it's a little nicer out. But hope you enjoyed this and learned some safety tips so you can stay safe while you detect. So we'll see you on the next one. Hey, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So, all right, see you in the next time.